and welcome to an Organized Chaos podcast. My name is Bobby Quarters. Chaos is here with me.
Hey.
Hey. So, we're here to talk about some movies, music, whatever else crosses our mind. But here is also the home of the most unbiased, genuine thoughts. We're not going to do anything just to say it, just to make money off of it, because we don't make a lot of money off this. In fact, we don't make anything. We just give our opinions. And our opinions are free and unsolicited, but they're not hateful ones. That is the important thing.
Yes.
But also, while you're here, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, that is Bobby Quarters, the podcast channel, Organized Chaos Podcast, and Chaos's channel while you're at it. So thank you for watching, and do enjoy.
God's not gonna let us die here.
Greg, you only go to church at Christmas and now you're telling the kids God's looking out for us?
What about the people who are out there getting eaten?
I don't need you to worry for me, 'cause I'm alright.
Is this a dog?
No! What do you guys do? What's your favorite movie? And why do you wear glasses?
Lex!
Ugh.
Clark!
Jimmy, if it's not an emergency, it really has to wait.
I say it's an emergency!
You must prove you can party with men of steel.
To the reaches of tomorrow. We stand together, right here, right now. I believe in the X-Men. We're back, baby.
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Hello. Camera. There we go. Yes.
Go.
Hello. You know, I forgot to go over what order you want to do. Do you have any preference on the order, Bobby?
How about we do X-Men, Oak Street, or X-Men, Superman, Oak Street?
Okay. And did you have a chance to watch Lanterns?
I did not.
Okay, so what I will do is I'll hold off. I'll give my thoughts on the pilot episode of Lanterns, which I ended up watching. It wasn't on the agenda, but I ended up watching it, and I kind of do have thoughts on it. But I was just getting spoilers left and right. And I will say a lot of the spoilers are leaving out lots of fucking context, as always. But if you want to jump out before I discuss that, you can, Bobby.
Okay.
But yes. So X-Men, is that what you said? X-Men 97 start out with?
Yeah.
Okay, let's pull that up. X-Men 97. So this, like the second half of the season, like the first half of the season was setting up kind of some Apocalypse origin. and putting Professor X in pretty a shitty spot in his mind after Magneto dies. And then the second half is kind of picking up after that. We see Polaris from X Factor kind of take a bigger role, but essentially they have to deal with the resurrection of Apocalypse, which appears to be through, I guess it's kind of spoiler, but like through Gambit. Yeah. I guess just giving broad thoughts on this. This isn't in nearly as strong as season 1, in my opinion. There are elements of this there are elements of this I enjoy that I thought were really solid. Like the first episode, I thought Morph had some great standout moments. The first episode, episode 5, the first episode of this set. Weapon X lies in DVDs. I thought Morph had some great moments in that one. I thought Polaris was a pretty cool character, and then it feels like towards the end they just kind of forget she's there. There's elements, like a lot of the Gambit stuff I ended up kind of being disappointed with, which was sad. But there's elements I liked. Like I like how Professor X is trying to reach out to Gambit to get him out of Apocalypse's grasp, but he can't quite do it. But then Rogue is able to do it. I like that element. But yeah, a lot of it feels kind of half thought through, in my opinion. But Bobby, what is your thoughts on this second season?
Overall, I liked it.
Yeah.
I didn't think. I was like a little disappointed with the Gambit stuff in the end.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of felt they did shelved Polaris and
Yeah.
kind of also shelved Apocalypse too, for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, I would argue also they kind of shelved. So, like, I want to say it's the beginning of episode 6 where we see Xavier, like, really grieving over the end of Magneto. And you see how much it's really fucked with him.
Yeah.
And then they don't really deal with that much after that. Which, yeah, it feels like that was a cool storyline they kind of shelved. Yeah, it feels like it introduces cool stuff this season, but, like, they don't really follow through with it. Yeah. And then, yeah, Apocalypse, I guess the most they follow through with is the Apocalypse Gambit stuff, which feels a little underwhelming in my opinion. But yeah, so essentially Gambit's we see Gambit's body and he's being resurrected as a horseman for Apocalypse, which, yeah, I was expecting that. But then he ends up killing Apocalypse, and then Apocalypse kind of takes over his body. And then Gambit is this kind of a villain for a little bit until Rogue's able to retrieve him. Like I said, I liked Rogue retrieving him. I liked how Professor X was trying to reach out and couldn't quite get him, but then Rogue could get him. I liked that emotional element. I like that beat. But then there's a lot of stuff like Rogue essentially making the wish to sacrifice herself over Apocalypse, and then, I guess, spoiler for the end, Nightcrawler walks in and then makes a wish to sacrifice himself for Rogue. So I guess no Nightcrawler next season. I don't know. I think one of the things that bugs me is when Gambit died in season 1, I knew it was going to be a permanent death, but it felt it was a well done. It was a well executed death. But and then Magneto at the beginning of this season felt like a very well executed death too. But then almost at the end we have Gambit obviously coming back, and we have Rogue going to sacrifice herself, but then Nightcrawler decides to sacrifice himself. So, you know, now we're just waiting for resurrections of Magneto and Nightcrawler. I guess I was hoping for a more Apocalypse focused storyline, because Apocalypse definitely feels like almost like a secondary thought in this storyline. And I don't know, I feel like the fact that these seasons are so short and they're already undoing deaths, it feels like kind of a letdown. I don't know. It didn't feel like, yeah, I didn't think it was bad, but I didn't think it was great either. And like, I guess I'm just kind of comparing it to season 1 in a lot of ways, because I did think season 1 was fucking great. but yeah, to a degree, season 1 was kind of rushing through some storylines, but like it did it fairly well, so I kind of forgave it. And season 2 kind of feels like it's rushing through storylines as well, but like it's not handling them quite as well, so it's a bit less forgivable. Like Weapon X Lies and DVDs was one I enjoyed. I liked Morph quite a bit in that episode, but like that was also the episode where like Wolverine just gets his adamantium back. So it's like we're not even gonna do a lot of the storylines Wolverine did when he didn't have adamantium, which was years in the comic books. And I'd definitely argue they stretched it out too long in the comic books. But like here, it almost feels too short. I almost feel like, okay, that didn't even matter. I don't know, Bobby. What are your additional thoughts on this? Because it's like, yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely not as good as season 1. I'm not too fresh with the lore of the comics, so I would have to take your word for it that the time that Wolverine spent without his adamantium was less in comparison. Yeah, that was probably my favorite of this batch. Yeah.
Oh, what the Weapon X Lies and DVDs? Yeah. No, I enjoyed that. And then like I felt like they were building up Polaris to something cool, and yeah, she definitely felt like she was kind of stepping up to take her father's place because obviously Magneto's not around. And then yeah, I feel like towards the end they just fucking forget her, and it's like, wait, was she supposed to do something? It felt like if they're going to do something with her, maybe wait till you actually have a full storyline fleshed out for her, and then rather than just introduce her here and then drop her, because it just felt kind of half-assed. There are elements I like when I did like the episode where that one douchebag who was Sabretooth's son, the Friends for Humanity guy, Drayton Creed. The series is completely non-political, which is why he's running for president now.
Right.
But he's running for president, and he gets kidnapped by mutant, you can say mutant extremists, but one of them is Colossus, and they end up doing a little trial for him, and Nightcrawler goes to his defense to kind of just say, there's good in him. And it was one of those things where it's like, it's such a Nightcrawler thing to do that. But even I'm kind of watching, I'm like, dude, I don't know.
I'm not with you on this one, Kirk. Yeah, I'm not with you on this one, Kirk. Fuck
dude,
this guy.
I love you, Nightcrawler.
Like, I hear you.
I don't know.
I hear you, but fuck this guy.
Yeah, he is a serious piece of shit.
I really feel that you should just handle the Logan way of dealing with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ask Logan what he thinks we should do with him.
Well, it turns out the leader of the mutant extremists was never going to back up the deal anyway. I did think it was interesting when Nightcrawler asked Colossus, "Hey, did I make my case?" And Colossus was like, "No," because essentially Nightcrawler's whole case was just like he had a really bad childhood, and it's like, oh, I'm sure he did. His dad was Sabretooth. I'm sure it was a terrible fucking childhood. It doesn't forgive him for being just an immoral piece of shit, though.
Yeah. Colossus is fucking lovable in this series, though.
Oh yeah. No, I did like Colossus be like, I appreciate the case, but no, you did not make it. But and it does seem like we're gonna get more Colossus, which I do like. But yeah, I guess to conclude, I would consider this a good enough season. But yeah, it was underwhelming. I was a little disappointed with it. The beginning was strong, then the rest has had good elements. But yeah.
Morph switching over to Deadpool was a nice little.
Oh yeah, I mean
touch.
They did tons of stuff. I mean we had Morph Spider-Man. We had
the Spider-Man was
stuff. Yeah,
when I saw the Spider-Man, I was just more like, that original Spider-Man series did a crossover with these X-Men. So
yay!
There's hope that series could come back because they kind of left that one as
that was a cliffhanger ending. Yeah,
that's one of the first things that I rewatched when I got Disney Plus was that entire series.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember rewatching it as an adult, going, "Oh man, I was just a kid enjoying watching Spider-Man. I didn't realize that they were telling me like deep lore and like comic lore. Like, we were getting grade A storytelling, but
Well, no,
same with
both
this series, yeah.
Yeah, the X-Men animated series and the original Spider-Man animated series, although more X-Men animated series, were pretty faithful to comic books, more or less. They obviously had to take some liberties because they are adaptations.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is kind of the same way. They definitely are taking storylines from the comic book, but you know, they're taking liberties. I will say these shows take less liberties than the MCU does in general. So yeah. Yeah. Chris over here. Morph is responsible for like 20 fucking cameos in both seasons. Yeah. Oh, easily. Yeah. There's a couple of times where a character just randomly pops up. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck are they doing there? And I realize, oh, it's fucking Morph, of course.
Yeah, just kind of go, wait a minute, were they? Oh, yeah, Morph. That's right.
Like, I think it was like early in season 1 where the X-Jet blows up. And then suddenly Archangel is there catching people. I was like, wait, I didn't know he was there. Oh, fuck, it's Morph. I all those little cameos I do appreciate, and they are quite fun. But
season 3's a wild ride of it, Chris. It's a wild ride.
Oh, season 3 of X-Men, yeah,
the original one. I believe that's the one that has Cap and Wolverine. I believe it's that season.
I don't remember.
The first one that they have there's the backlash or the flashback episode where it's World War II times and them doing like some more beating up Red Skull and Nazis.
Yeah.
Well, Cap was beating them up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Cap was beating them up. Let's be real.
Let's be real. Captain America has killed plenty of Nazis in his time.
He
but
has.
Probably not as many as Wolverine.
No.
Mainly because
like,
that's Wolverine's primary thing.
Cap would also show some restraint.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they wouldn't be unscathed. He's gonna beat the ever living shit out of them, but it wouldn't be like if Batman was beating up Nazis. Then it would just be an unmerciful ass whooping. It's the best way I could describe it.
Yeah, it does. It's actually not too far off from the last absolute Batman annual where Batman just beats the crap out of white supremacists, and of course the judge got offended by it.
Yeah, an unmerciful. Oh yeah, it was when he was beating up those like Proud Boy lookalikes.
Yeah.
Right? The ones
And
with the
they all got
hoods and
offended.
the,
It's just like, you're telling on yourself, guys. You're telling.
It's also just more like, so you've never read a Batman comic, then?
Yeah.
You don't understand the character. You have the understanding of Zack Snyder understanding comic book characters.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
But I mean, Batman would absolutely beat the fuck out of those guys.
Oh, yes. But yeah, so this season of X-Men 97, I guess overall, I'd say it's a little disappointing. I think it's still good enough, but yeah, it's disappointing. But yeah,
it's okay.
It's good enough. Anything you want to add, Bobby?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So End of Oak Street. I just saw this earlier today, so it's super
As
fresh
did
in
I.
my mind.
Did I.
Yeah. Got home, got the podcast set up, and then did a little bit of video editing before coming on here live. Essentially, like,
I didn't expect this to take place in the 80s.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting. So yeah, it's about a family in the 80s who, just live in this small town that suddenly just this whole little neighborhood is just transported to dinosaur times, and that's the movie, and the family has to survive. It's not super deep or anything, but it's a part of me kind of appreciates how simplistic the movie is. It just is like, the family, the neighborhood's getting transported back to 65 million years ago, and there's dinosaurs, and they have to survive. That's it. I kind of appreciate that. I mean, there's lots of great themes here about family and stuff like that, and I think it does a really good job with them. But yeah, I appreciate how simple it is, and it's like, I'm sure people get upset. Well, how does it happen? It doesn't fucking matter.
It's just they don't explain it.
Yeah,
they really don't. And I
think they just in the news and randomly they're like, oh, random wormholes are appearing, and that's it.
I kind of liked one thing because when they were looking at it and it showed everything, I was like, okay, so in theory, let's just say that both the land masses swapped. So in theory, there's dinosaurs still roaming the neighborhood. And I'm at least happy that they paid that off because I was watching it and I was thinking about it, going, well, "Wait a minute."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they do pay that off. Of course, like the area of dinosaurs, it's an issue, but they are able to round up and handle the dinosaurs. The neighborhood doesn't do quite as well, though. But yeah, I guess broadly talk about this. I enjoyed the crap out of this. What do you think?
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie for how silly and simple it was.
Yeah,
it was really great. Yeah, both like both the kid actors were great.
Yeah, Anne Hathaway was fantastic in this.
Anne Hathaway was really good. So was Ewan McGregor.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed Ewan McGregor quite a bit here. Yeah, they you know, I think one of the things that the movie does, like, because the movie, yes, it's about this neighborhood that gets transported back 65 million years, but it's about this family. The family is struggling. The dad has recently been laid off. The mom is upset because he's not spending enough time because he keeps on doing these odd jobs. And she's like, you know, stop doing the odd jobs and just hang out with us. And then essentially you're finding out that, like, he didn't have the heart to tell her that he was laid off and he's literally just doing the odd jobs to get by. But yeah, it's causing a big strain in their marriage, and it's like questioning whether or not they can make it through. And it's a lot about the family, and there just happens to be dinosaurs running around.
I do appreciate that they all had fur.
Yeah, I feel like this movie was going for a bit more of the scientifically accurate dinosaurs, at least what we believe they look like now.
We understand from science and fossils, and
which I think is cool.
Which is still super fucking cool stuff.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
No, I mean, hell, I would definitely say this is a better dinosaur movie than we've seen from the Jurassic fucking franchise in a long
since the third one.
Yeah. I would put this above 3. I don't know if I'd put it above the First World. I might, though.
I would.
Because the First World is one that I enjoyed a lot the first time I watched it, but like it does not hold up particularly well on rewatch. And I definitely think, even though like the whole like traveling back in time isn't really explained, there's more meat to this one because, like, you know, it doesn't need to be explained. It's about this family's fucking adventure through prehistoric times, essentially. And you know, there's a little bit of time travel shenanigans towards the end, but yeah. I really enjoyed this. I thought this was a fun fucking movie. I recommend this.
Yeah.
I kind of wish my daughter was supposed to go with me, but like she got busy today, so I went by myself. I was like, this is a good family movie. I need more family with me watching this.
Yeah, it wasn't like too much like gore, so that I think like the little ones would have been a little grossed out or whatever. But
super chat. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I heard someone say this film is stupid but entertained him. I don't know if that's a mark of a great film or not, Bob. I don't know if I'd necessarily even argue this movie is stupid. I would say, like, if you're looking for an explanation, like if you're looking for a deeper meaning besides them being portaled back in time, there isn't one other than, you know, to help make the family kind of realize what's important. Because that's kind of the point. They're losing sight of what's actually important. It's like strip away everything. What's important to these people, and they kind of need to learn that. So yeah, I don't know if I'd say this movie is stupid. This movie is exactly what it intends to be. That's just an enjoyable movie.
Yeah, admit I walked in not really having much high hopes for it or anything like that. I wasn't expecting like great lore or anything of the sort, but I was pleased with this overall.
Yeah, I was like I will even admit the trailers didn't super sell me on this, but then I saw the reviews. I was like, okay, let's check it out.
It seemed like stupid, like laughable fun, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is
hell, stupid and entertaining. That's like almost any of the main horror franchises. But as soon as you put like a number after the number 2,
yeah,
any of the movies after the number 2, they're stupid and entertaining.
Hell, stupid and entertaining is like 99% of the Venom trilogy.
That too.
I would definitely put this movie above anything in the Venom verse, including the Venom trilogy.
I don't know, man. He did dance with the lady in the third one. That was like, you know, like A caveat of greatness.
Okay. Well, I did in the second one, I did like fucking Eddie and Venom having their fucking breakup shit. But yeah, I don't have much to say other than I enjoyed this. I recommend this. Like as long as your kids aren't too young. If your kids are old enough to appreciate the Jurassic Park movies, take them to this. This is going to be a lot more fun than most of them.
Yeah, they'll just see dinosaurs and be happy with that.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fun dinosaur movie. Anything you want to add, Bobby?
No.
Oh, I will say for the most part, I thought the effects were good. Although there was one key moment that was an emotional beat where it looked really fake, and I will go ahead and say that's the biggest critique I pretty much have of the movie, because that was an emotional beat, and I was like, that looks really fake, guys.
There was one scene that was an action beat for me that the CGI looked a little bad, but it was also meant to be kind of a comedy. When they find the portal and the kid jumps and it goes out,
yeah,
his landing looked a little botched.
Oh, okay.
To me, it did at least.
Well, shit. Thank you again, Batman fan. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? Is the end of Oak Street better than Batman 89? No. But I do enjoy it. I do thoroughly enjoy End of Oak Street.
Yeah.
But anything to add, or shall we talk about My Adventures of Superman?
Let's close out with Superman.
Okay. My Adventures of Superman, episode 6 through 10, but really kind of broadly talk about season 3. So season 3 deals with the death of Superman. The death of Superman here is kind of it's kind of just the death of his powers is how they decide to handle it. Although I do appreciate that, they're an animated series, so they decide, kind of definitely leaning for kids, even though it's on Adult Swim, which I am a little bit confused by that. But, they decide to do the death of Superman where he doesn't die, but he loses his powers for a while, which, I do appreciate them for just kind of getting that storyline out of the way so they don't have to worry about it. And no matter what your complaints are about how they handle it, it's better than how Zack Snyder handled it, and I will happily take that to my grave. But it deals with Clark Kent losing his powers and kind of having to learn to be useful to the crew even without his powers, until he decides to go ahead and get his powers back to deal with Lex Luthor's insane creature that he makes from Superman's DNA. But a lot of these episodes are kind of more character focused. Episode 6, Jimmy deals with a bad date again. Episode 7, the imps are challenging our crew to a game, a competition. And then episode 8, 9, and 10 are kind of a 3-parter where they're kind of dealing with the ramifications of the end of the series season, and Superman has to start, probably considering getting his powers back again. My thoughts overall on this season is that I think it is better than season 1, but not as good as season 2. Bobby, what do you think?
I overall enjoyed it. I kind of liked how they handled the Superman loses powers / the death of Superman. So that was definitely interesting and fun. I kind of liked we got to see the super kids in this.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Here it's John and
Jonathan.
Flora. Jonathan, yes.
Overall I enjoyed all of this. This was fine.
Yeah.
But it's definitely more targeted to kids, I noticed in this, even though that is weird that it airs on Adult Swim.
Yeah. I'm really kind of baffled by that, because this feels like the type of show I would have loved watching as a kid on Saturday morning. That's what this feels like. I won't look forward to like every episode, I'm sure. But yeah, I think it's a little bit odd. It's an Adult Swim show because it's like, wait, it's a kid's show, right? It's a
Because like I don't think they really swear on there. They just show a little bit of blood.
No, I would definitely argue that X-Men 97 is more adult than this for sure. But yeah, I mean, this is a sweet, entertaining show though. I don't really have deep thoughts. I'm looking over this set of episodes. I feel like episodes 8, 9, and 10 were a nice little conclusion, 3-parter. And then the other 2 are kind of standalone, although like Party Animals with Jimmy once again having a date that ends up being a supervillain. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, Jimmy. How do you pick them every fucking time?
I kind of like how that's switching over from the films to this show.
Yeah. Oh, Jimmy has a date. Oh, God damn it. It's a supervillain, isn't it? And then I do appreciate how like the Imp games and essentially Kara, once again proving to be my favorite character, is the one to figure out, hey, these games are kind of bullshit. But yeah, I would definitely argue Kara is still my favorite character, holding over from season 2. But yeah, I mean, I like Clark's trials and him realizing what he actually needs to do to get his powers back, but doing it in an honorable way. I kind of appreciate the return of Brainiac as being the one to kind of challenge him, to make him, to test him. I don't know how I saw like all of last season and didn't register that Brainiac was voiced by Michael Emerson, but like, yeah, it's right there. But yeah, this is an entertaining show. I enjoyed it. And
yeah, this was great.
I didn't realize it wasn't renewed for season 4 yet, but we will see. It'd be disappointing if it ended, but hey. But was yeah, they're supposed to a spinoff of My Adventures with Green Lantern at some point, so.
Yeah, did you notice that the robot was Alan Tudyk?
Which robot?
The one that was talking to Superman in the end, the one who kind of had the elongated head.
I mean, are you talking about Michael Emerson?
Was it Michael Emerson?
Yeah.
I thought that was Alan Tudyk at first.
No, I'm pretty sure. I think you're talking about the robot that was kind of a resurrected version of Brainiac from season 2.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I Michael Emerson, I think he does good voice work. But yeah, it's a good series. I recommend checking it out, especially if you like Superman lore. Anything you want to add, Bobby?
No.
Okay. Well, anything you want? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say, before we get into it, we can. Oh, sorry. I had it. A pop culture question.
Oh,
I lost it.
Oh no.
Did we do overrated bands already? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did that last time.
We did that, yeah. Underrated.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Did you want to pick something?
No, I'm
trying to think. What is there something I could do?
A movie that never got a sequel that you feel it should have gotten a sequel.
Oh, we could definitely have a discussion about that. You have something in mind, or you want me to go through and think of some?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, to each their own. Music, like all art, is subjective.
Mm-hmm. We all have our own opinions, and all opinions are valid, even bad ones.
Yes.
Chris. Even bad ones.
Opinions and assholes, yes.
Um,
no,
movies that-
no. Actually, you know what? I'll joke about like less about Limp Bizkit and everything, but like honestly, if you look at the aspect of their guitar player Wes Borland, he is actually a really great guitarist and does some really cool stuff with the instrument, but he just plays the Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy his work as a guitarist. Even his like weird instrumental, like industrial music stuff is fucking out there, but it's cool. I dig it. All right.
So I'll go ahead and name one right off the bat.
Yeah.
And this one's getting a cartoon intro quote at some point. But I'll go ahead and go with Serenity. I always wanted to see a follow up to that movie. Because it felt like they were starting a new war, and I was like, oh, it would have been interesting to see the crew during that time period, because they'd be kind of a focal point to that. But yeah, I always wanted to see a follow up to that.
I agree. Yeah, that would be a definite yes from me as well. There technically was a sequel to this, but it didn't really follow any of the main characters. But like a sequel to SLC Punk, but like it followed the main characters from the original.
I didn't know there was even a sequel to it.
Yeah, it follows Bob's kid, which apparently he knocked up his girlfriend before he died. So yeah.
You know, a movie that I always wished had gotten a sequel but never did, The Matrix. I always wanted The Matrix to get a good sequel.
I feel the same way about Jaws.
Yeah. I didn't see that. Okay, I'm trying to think. What's a real answer?
Yeah,
you know, and part of hesitation was also not confidence that the sequel would live up to it.
Yeah,
because there's a hesitation with a lot of that stuff. God, I'm trying to think. Kind of feel like cheating.
I wish Pod People got a sequel.
What about The Room? What about
the Adventures of Denny?
Yes.
And him dodging Chris R. and Chris R's demand for his fucking money.
Yes. Oh, here's a more recent one, but I would be, I guess this is completely off the table, but I definitely have not heard anything about it, and the movie definitely underperformed. Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. I definitely,
you know what? Yeah,
follow up to that.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that too.
That was surprisingly good, especially after watching the original Dungeons and Dragons movie, and then following it up with that. It's like,
speaking of medieval dragon films, you know that there are 4 Dragonheart films.
Are there only 4? I was thinking there might have been 5.
There's like the first one I know of, and I had never heard of any of the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I know the first one because it had Dennis Quaid in it before he went crazy like his brother.
Yeah. Oh, here's one, and here's one that actually had a sequel in the works in form of an Amazon TV series until tragically one of the actors died, and then it kind of got shelved for, I guess it's been a decade now. Galaxy Quest.
You know what? Yeah. Yeah. That would have been a great sequel. If able to pull it off.
Absolutely, yeah. Mm-hmm. I was I was hearing about them working on it and developing the series, and then of course we lost Alan Rickman, and it's like, fuck.
Yeah, because I remember hearing that most of the cast was all on board.
Alan Rickman was amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, another one. I was. Oh wait, goddamn! It's brain fart. Was I think of? Fuck, there was one in my head. I was thinking, oh, that would have been bad, but
A sequel to Spaceballs. Oh wait,
Green Lantern
we're
2011.
getting that.
No.
We're already getting a sequel
Oh yeah,
to Spaceballs.
that's happening. Yeah, we're getting that one. Yes. I wonder if they'll actually call it The Search for More Money, because
I think they're
I
just
will
calling it
appreciate it a lot if they
a
did.
new one. I think they're just calling it a new one, and they're apparently like their main targets are absolutely like how Star Wars and or how Disney has been handling the property since then. So Mel,
Sounds
he'll-
intriguing.
So if it's Mel and Josh Gad, I mean, I'm sure I don't know how much of the script Mel wrote. I don't know how much of it is like Josh Gad's idea, but I think if the two of them were there, Mel would be subtle with those jokes about Disney.
No,
as only Mel Brooks is subtle.
Oh, here's a movie that had 2 parts, but I always thought it should have been a trilogy. So I'll go Wayne's World 2.
Okay.
I would have dug a Wayne's World trilogy, and it's not too late. They can still do it.
I think he and Dana aren't on the best of terms as of.
Are they not?
late.
I didn't hear anything.
Well,
I mean, they did a little reunion a few years ago.
I saw an interview, and I don't know how long ago this interview was, or if they've reconciled. But I know that Dana. It's not that there's beef. I think Dana always kind of felt a little miffed because, like, he would do an impersonation of Lauren that is essentially Dr. Evil. And that's Mike doing an impersonation of Dana doing it. Because if you think about it, Dana, Dr. Evil is essentially Lauren Michaels. Just how they're talking. Yeah, you hear it now, right? You're just thinking about it going like, yeah, that totally is Lauren Michaels. I can't believe I never made that connection.
Well, I have heard they are working on Austin Powers 4. And I know they announced that, and I'm like, I'd rather Wayne's World 3 than Austin Powers 4.
I mean, I think the one that he did was technically it's an in-universe sequel. He did an in-universe sequel to So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Oh, did he? Well, which one was that?
So it was on Netflix, and it was a short series, right? And it's called The Pantavern.
Oh.
And that's off of his dad was going on that rant about the secret society and it's called the Pantavern.
Mm-hmm.
They're all the elites of the world who control everything. And it starts off with the Netflix series, Chris. And it's starts off with Mike playing this news reporter trying to do some studying about it. And he finds out it's all real. And it's just, we get to follow him as he processes, oh my gosh, this is real. It's really funny, but it's great that he paid off that joke. That movie came out in 1992?
That sounds right. Yeah. I'm looking online, and a couple of the entries I'm seeing, I see lots of people talk about Master and Commander, which I did enjoy that movie. I don't, I guess a follow-up one, I won't object to a follow-up, but it definitely underperformed. Another one I'm seeing mentioned a lot, which is one I haven't seen for decades, and I barely remember it, so maybe I should rewatch it. The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension. That movie gets lots of conversation. I just haven't seen it in a long fucking time. Maybe I'd appreciate more if I'm older, because I know when I was younger I didn't really get it.
E.T.
E.T. 2, The Revenge.
This time it's probing. No, E.T. 2. It's probing time.
This time they're definitely not walkie-talkies.
Electric Boogaloo. And it's a picture of him with his finger.
Got a good RoboCop sequel. Absolutely.
I mean,
RoboCop 2 was halfway there, in my opinion.
It was almost a good one. If you take 3 and whatever you call that made for TV movie 4, if you put the 2 of those together, which I noticed something because I watched all of them in one afternoon, in a marathon, they progressively toned down each and every one.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they almost have to tone down Paul Verhoeven.
I mean, the third one was just kind of, the fourth one was just kind of, are we fucking serious here? This is like a movie of the week shit. Like,
I remember I was marathoning them, and I couldn't even get through the fourth one. It was rough, and 3 was no picnic. But yeah, 4,
3 was just like,
finished.
oh, thank God it's over.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn, there's another one of these. How long is it? 45 minutes? The longest 45 minutes of my fucking life.
Dude, 3 goes by breezier than 4. That says something.
Yeah, 4 isn't long, but oh man, it feels like it drags.
Mm-hmm.
I would just pay to be like, where's the I'll take that for $1 guy? Is he around? Can we
Yeah.
just do another shot of him.
And then what else? 2 is kind of frustrating because 2, like, there are elements of 2 that I absolutely love, and then there are
That are
elements where it's
really
like,
fucking good. That are
yeah,
really fucking great. Yeah.
yeah. 2 is just such a mixed fucking bag for me, and then 1's a classic. But yeah,
Yeah, one's just fucking awesome. Yeah, that's great.
But
It one inspired the greatest hey, you remember that time?
yeah,
Line of all time, which is, hey, remember that time when RoboCop shot a guy in the dick?
yes.
Like, yeah, that was pretty fucking all right.
I think Grand Theft Auto Autobot's got an excellent one. Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah,
I would absolutely be down for that one. For sure.
I know it's it's definitely impossible to make now, but it would be a Hudson Hawk sequel because I love that movie. It's so stupid and silly.
It is so stupid. I
Just,
I wouldn't be like
over the
demanding it,
top
but I would
bad
watch
guys.
it. I would watch
Just
it.
the over the top bad guys. They're
Mhm.
just so fucking great. And just think about if they could get anyone else to do that now,
Mhm.
or hell, Rupert Grant can just play it again and
Mhm.
Sandy Bernard, and it'll be fucking wonderful.
Iron Giant. I'm torn on that one because I think that's a fantastic movie. I don't know if I want to follow up, but if they did a good job with it, then absolutely.
Chris,
Yeah.
I do agree. Exorcist 3 should have followed Exorcist 1 because 2 is just a fucking.
See, I have not seen any Exorcist past the first one,
So you can skip 2. Honestly, 3 is a more.
that's right.
true
We did
to
watch
form.
3 because 3 was
It was my pick for one.
It had that's right. It had
George C.
C. Scott as the cop. That was a solid movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking Ed Brad Dourif,
Yeah.
this
Mm.
fucking masterclass in how to play a bad guy.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
I just
I
kind of
did-
going that one, and it was like, oh, I mean, he's definitely given his Chucky voice a workout in this movie.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, the actor couldn't quite do the role, so they brought in Brad Dourif, and he fucking handled it, man.
Yeah, and it's just more like, that's why you're, yeah, it's like, let's see, reads a profile, and Brad Dourif trained on the stage. No shit.
But let's see. I see the Nice Guys being mentioned a lot. Oh, Dread from 2012. I would absolutely be down for a sequel to Dread.
An actual sequel to Beer Fest.
I haven't seen Bear Fest, so
God.
Um,
If you like the Super Troopers movies,
mhm.
that line of humor, their horror movie they made was actually like legit.
Really?
For a horror movie, like it's way more of a comedy, but like it's watching it going like, yeah, these guys love the Friday the 13th series.
I mean, like, I feel like you're kind of trolling here a bit, Chris, but I will say it's not quite what we're talking about. But I know I did read an article where both Anson Mount and Ethan Peck, the actors who play Pike and Spock in Strange New Worlds, went to try to get Paramount to approve a Star Trek Christmas special. And I won't have been like all for that. That won't have been
I
so
would
much
have
fun.
so been about that.
Yeah. Well, it's one of
And
those
they-
things. Star Trek has
and-
done lots of holidays. They haven't really done Christmas. So it's
Well,
like,
I mean,
let's do a
if
holiday
they
special.
if they do a Christmas one, but they just really lean it into like making fun of the Star Wars one.
Yeah, they could do that. Yeah.
Like
Have
that.
some fun with it. But what
Or
they were
just like
spe-
they're just trying their hardest not to like wink and look into the camera and
Oh my God. I have a confession about Strange Brew.
yeah.
I have never been sober and watched that movie. Not once.
I think that's also the point, Bob.
True. That's probably the point. But yeah,
Bob, I've never been sober and watched Cheech and Chong. What's your point?
I've seen Up in Smoke sober plenty of times.
You
By
know,
the way,
there's still
hilarious.
Yeah, no, it's still no. I've seen it once sober, and it's still fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
The one joke that still makes me laugh, no matter what state of mind I'm in, is when he's asking his friend Curtis, and he's like, Curtis, we're looking for some grass. Yeah, I got some grass. It's what set them Arabs from Turkey off in Cheech. Arabs are from Turkey.
I will
It's
just
it's
always
one of those
Yeah.
those ones from the 70s that the joke doesn't age well, but it's just so fucking funny.
I will tell you what will never get old for me. Just those two guys in the car, just getting stoned as fuck, and then Cheech finding out that they are smoking dog shit, like quite literally.
Hey, how's my driving? I think we're parked.
But here's the ones that seem to be popping up a lot in searches. Edge of Tomorrow. I mean, I enjoyed that movie, but I don't know if it needs a sequel. I guess if they do a good job. Nice Guys could be fun. If nothing else, I would enjoy just seeing Shane Black do a good movie, unlike The Predator. District 9.
Yeah, I'll agree to that.
Maybe, yeah.
That was one that I thought would be fucking stupid when I saw it.
I waited so long to watch it, and then I watched it, I was like, oh, this is actually pretty fucking cool.
I had liked it so much that it was on FX one night, and I just started watching it, and I stopped, opened up my laptop, like acquired a copy, and then actually watched the movie on my computer.
Of course, there's Plan 9 from outer space. You know, we always need Plan 2 from outer space, you know. Or Plan 10 from outer space, that'd be it.
I would have loved to see another Mitchell movie. I would have loved to see Joe John Baker reprise the role of Mitchell.
Oh, I would actually love that.
But you know who I
Mitchell.
think who could play the role now and would be fucking great at it?
Who?
Either I'm gonna fuck up this name, but Javier Bardem.
Oh yeah.
You know, yeah. I think if he does like a solid enough American accent,
I'm so used to him being like doing serious roles, but
or another one who I think can pull off like the comedic side, David Harbour, but that would also typecast him kind of.
Crawl.
Oh my god.
That I watched that not too long ago. That is a fun, cheesy 80s fantasy movie. It's not deep, but you know, I enjoy it. You know, if we're talking about that though, I'll also throw in there Legend, the return of Tim Curry. I mean, it's technically darkness, but you know what? We're here for Tim Curry. We're here for
Tim Curry.
Oh yeah, Creed 4. I'd absolutely be down for Creed 4. No question.
I would too, because 3 was a little disappointing for me.
I think what disappoints me the most about it is the fact that it has Jonathan Majors as the villain. But at least it ends with Jonathan Majors getting beat up. But yeah. I mean,
yeah, but I also kind of thought he was a shit actor then.
Yeah.
So.
But in my opinion, I don't think there's a bad Creed movie, but I do think there's I do think each one is worse than the one before it.
No, it's okay.
I just don't think they get bad.
Hey,
And
it's okay. It's all right though. You know, he's doing movies with the Daily Wire now. So, have you seen the trailer for it?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
That trailer, Bob. Oh my
Dude,
god!
You know they're talking about this is the throwback movie where we dealt with Arab terrorists, and like the biggest movie I can think of that they're throwing back to is True Lies.
So the early 2000s then.
Well, that was 90s, but
no, they
True
didn't
Lies?
start. No, yes, that is, but they didn't really start using the Arabs as the go-to terrorists in our cinema or arts until after the early 2000s.
Well, true.
For obvious reasons. Before then, I believe it was like occasionally there'd be Syrian, but they'd still be Russians.
But I do think it's
in the 90s, yeah.
Well, I do think it's quite silly because like you watch a Daily Wire movie, and obviously the whole selling point is essentially Jonathan Major killing brown people. That is the selling point of that fucking movie when you watch that trailer. And it's like, this feels gross, guys. And here's the deal. You watch the trailer for True Lies, I remember it because I'm an old fuck. I remember what the trailer and advertising was for True Lies. It wasn't about Arnold Schwarzenegger killing brown people. It was about Arnold Schwarzenegger pretending to be like an average dude when he's secretly a spy and having a strained marriage because, you know, his wife is like getting essentially seduced by this guy who is, you know, pretending to be a spy. That was the advertising point for fucking True Lies. And I think it's wild that like Daily Wire is like, oh yeah, you know, people used to rush to movies like that. That wasn't the fucking selling point, bro. By the way, I will say True Lies is a movie I don't think is perfect by any means, but I do think the beginning is much better than the ending. The stuff where Arnold is dealing with Bill Paxton's fake spy bullshit is hilarious. Would you want Zack Snyder to direct a live action Dark Knight Returns Elseworlds film? Okay, so I've heard Zack Snyder say he would do this, and here is my core problem with that: is that that's pretty much the movie he did with Batman v Superman, and it sucked. It's like he obviously did the only things from Dark Knight Returns that he understood in that movie, and it sucked. By the way, if you want to see a really good version of Dark Knight Returns, there's an excellent animated movie about it that is very faithful to the comic book. Way better than fucking Batman v Superman, that's for sure. But yeah, let's see. Is there anything else you can think of?
No.
Okay. So Hollywood start making these sequels immediately.
Wait, yes, The Yellow Submarine.
Hey, yeah.
The Blue Meanie Strike Back.
I
I would
don't
have
know if
liked to
it's
see another Almost Famous, but him going around with another band that's like,
ooh, yeah,
not supposed to be the band you think it is, just how they weren't supposed to be the Allman Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
They were. I mean, the first one he toured on was with the Allman Brothers, and he says a lot of that is from like how like in that film how Russell was treating him is really how Dickie Betts treated him. Dickie Betts took him as a narc. He thought Cameron Crowe was a pig. He thought he was a cop.
That's something that was brought up I thought was interesting. Crap, there was something I thought of, but now I'm completely brain farting. Let me go ahead and just lock down the whole stream while I try to think of it. Yeah, God, I was thinking there's something else, but I cannot remember it.
Yeah, Ezra Miller was crap as the Flash. Well,
Yeah.
I will talk about what we have next week.
Okay.
While you think about it. Next
sounds
week, we're going to dive back into Strange New Worlds, get into season 4, episodes 1 through 5. And it looks like we are almost closing out the Snyderverse with the hot chick, the much anticipated entry of this entire Snyderverse. And we are then following up with Resident Evil from 2002.
Yeah, we got a new one coming out, so I thought it'd be a good opportunity to
God, we're not watching
revisit
all of them, are we?
No, I have the first
fucking
2 on there,
Christ.
but yeah. No, I was like, you know, we're
Wait,
covering-
was Welcome to Raccoon City too?
No, Welcome to Raccoon City was a reboot they attempted a few years later. I haven't seen it, but I think we cover.
Can we just watch like
different
the
attempts on
animated
that.
version of 4 because that's the best video game?
Is there an animated movie for it or something?
Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure if something exists.
I mean, if you can think of something that's legendary,
I'm sure
the
something
second one we
exists.
can. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not that picky.
No, we're not cowards, Chris. I just think that these movies are the Snyderverse, yeah. Yes, I mean, I wanted to rip it all off like a Band-Aid right at one big swoop, but somebody wanted to space it out.
What?
And I said, Bob, we have an audience. We can't do them.
The Rocketeer.
Yeah, the Rocketeer. I mean, we could
Yeah.
that. I don't mind.
Well, I think
covering
that they're also bringing up sequels.
Yeah, but I would have liked to see all of them meet up, all the comics, like those pop ones from like the newspapers. So that would be the Rocketeer, the Spirit, the Phantom, Dick Tracy, the Rocketeer. Yeah, all of them just kind of have their own Avengers like superhero meetup. Because I remember watching the Phantom and thinking it's legit.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember if I've seen the Phantom. I definitely saw Dick Tracy.
I know it has Billy Zane.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, and he's just fucking badass in it.
Mm-hmm. No, that was the big selling point. That's the reason why I'm like, did I miss that? Because like Billy Zane did look great as the Phantom, by the way.
Yeah.
God, I'm trying to think what else is there.
I mean, we might have another one to add to the Schneiderverse here soon. So,
oh God.
Well, I mean, he's Adam Sandler's carrying him on another movie, so he's being featured in a major Hollywood feature.
You have anything coming up on your channel?
No, work's been keeping me preoccupied.
That's
I still got all my files for season 2 kind of half written.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to be able to get the time to actually film them.
Yeah. God, works.
It's not quite as depressing stuff. I mean, like I'm still diving into like far right fringe Republican conspiracy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And how 3 events in our history are connected.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Oh yeah, Dick Tracy. So yeah, I know Warren Beatty's been holding on to it
until he dies. I mean, I don't mean to be so bleak, but it is a little pathetic that he'll just do an interview every 4 years just so he could keep the rights. As Dick
I don't know
Tracy.
exactly what the point is either.
Because he loves that Dick Tracy so much.
Okay.
I mean,
Grown-ups. Yeah, why do they keep on making fucking grown-ups movies?
I think it's another example of just like how people are just really trying to show how funny Kevin James isn't.
Yeah. No
like
shit.
I just see a sad sack of what you call a replacement for Chris Farley. Like now.
God, yeah. I mean, Jesus Christ, yeah.
I just try and imagine how funny Farley would be in any movie that he stars in with Sandler. I just picture it as Farley.
God, but then that would actually be funny. It might actually say,
yeah, no, it would be fucking great. It would be hilarious, but that would also be like very much just something that Sandler would write. He would write him to have like, what is it? Who is it who plays Kevin James's wife in that? Maria Collar or whatever. But yeah, he would write something like that. I mean, he wrote his own wife to be Selma Hayek.
Well, anything you want to add, or shall I go ahead and get into Lanterns?
No, you should get into Lanterns, and I will say adios, take care, and be excellent.
Ooh. Talk to you next week.
Yeah, see you later, buddy.
Let me go ahead and get this set up. All right, so Lanterns. I saw the pilot. Bobby didn't. I will probably get into spoilers a bit, but before I do that, let me go ahead and tell you guys kind of my broad thoughts. So if you watched the live stream, you did see me cover the first 5 minutes that they released. I was really hesitant about this series after those first 5 minutes. I've been kind of hopeful about the series, watching the trailers and seeing the people talk about, be like, oh, this has potential. First 5 minutes had me really kind of like, oh, fuck, what is this? And now that I've seen the first episode, I thought this was excellent. I really fucking enjoyed this. It is essentially the story. I suspect the whole series will take place in 3 time periods because it started in 1996. It was there for a few minutes. Then we went to 2016. That's where the lion's share of the episode took place. And then it wraps up in 2026. And there is a huge spoiler that I will reveal later when I get more into spoilers. But lots of the chuds have been talking about ignoring a lot of the context that was established in 2016, which might explain something away. But yeah, the pilot is about Hal Jordan, who has been Green Lantern since 1986, so he's like 30 years into the job by the time we catch up with him, and he is training John Stewart to be the next Green Lantern to carry on his ring. He's training him on Earth, which, you know, lots of people have criticized. Well, that's not how Green Lanterns do it, but did make me kind of wonder if maybe because, like, I believe it's also implied, at least implied, that like the ring went to Hal, but like the Guardians of Oa didn't want a human to have the ring. It wasn't supposed to be really a protected realm or planet or whatever. They kind of didn't care. They saw it kind of backwater. So the vibe I'm getting watching this series is that Hal is kind of being a rebel by training John, because I suspect the Guardians of Oa just want him to give the ring back when he's done with it. But like, you know, he's going to train John on Earth, which is why he's doing it on Earth. That's the vibe I'm getting. We'll see if they explain it more later. But that's definitely the vibe I'm getting. But throughout the 2016, I don't know. So I've read a couple of Hal Jordan comic books. I'll be honest. Like when I was reading comic books and I would read a Green Lantern book, it was Kyle Rayner at that time. So that's the character I'm more familiar with. I'm probably like the only person who's more familiar with Kyle Rayner than Hal Jordan, but that's who I am. But yeah, most of this series takes place in 2016. We meet up with Sheriff Macon, I want to say, Kelly McDonald. But anyways, yeah, there's this crime scene on a football field. They think it was a riot where there's this football game and a couple of people died. Hal Jordan's pretty confident it's an alien, and the interrogation scene where it's revealed that is an alien, spoiler, is fucking amazing. I definitely recommend watching. If you just watch it for that interrogation scene, it's so worth it. But throughout the training in this story, we're seeing a Hal that has been doing this for a long time. He's definitely kind of worn out. And one of the things this episode does, I think, is really interesting, is John Stewart has the ring by himself for a little bit. And we get like this recorded version of Hal Jordan from like 20 years earlier that pops up in the ring. And he is much nicer. He's much more respectful. I think it's interesting. We're seeing like kind of Hal Jordan when he was like new to the job and just like gonna do the right thing. And then later on, Hal Jordan, when he's much more world weary and kind of wore out and tired. I like that. Yeah, we aren't going to know we'll figure out the story as it goes. But we see the sheriff and her family. There's a little bit of dispute between her and her family, but we see a lot of people in her family seem to be training to fight aliens. And it definitely seems implied to me that there's aliens in this town because we have this militia forming up to specifically target and kill aliens. And I'm going to assume not every single alien is a serial killer that needs to be put down. We will see how the storyline develops. But overall, this was a really fucking good episode. And even though the beginning put me in a bad place of mind, I see what they were doing with it. They're kind of setting up John's story, because the whole thing where the father sees him and then with live ammunition shoots an apple off his head is insane. But it kind of shows how John is like super kind of keeps to himself. He's super respectful to everybody because he's kind of lived kind of a fearful life, and kind of this is how he's learned to put up with it. And I'm sure we're going to see that evolve throughout the series. I really love Aaron Pierre and Kyle Chandler in the characters. I feel like Aaron Pierre is doing a really good job with John Stewart. I want to see how he changes throughout the season, because I'm sure he will. Kyle Chandler kind of has to play Hal Jordan at different points in his life, which I'm sure is part of the reason why they cast him, because you darken his hair a little bit, he looks a lot younger quite easily. But he carries both versions quite well. Like when we see the younger version from The Ring, he is he seems much more like respectful for his job, just like, oh, we got do the Green Lantern thing. But then nowadays he's much more just whatever the fuck. Like one thing he does in this series is he literally he makes money from his ring, because why not? And then he sets up a jukebox and he just puts it on repeat for the same song over and over again. And the reason he does that is to start a fight in the bar so he can get arrested and hopefully get in the cell or get nearby the guy that has already been arrested, who they suspects an alien, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I didn't want to go over this too much. We will be covering the first 4 episodes a couple weeks in the podcast, but I thought this was excellent. And to get hard into spoilers, so we're going to get into the big spoiler here that lots of Chud's been ranting about. We get a little bit of 2026 in this series. And in this series, we find Hal Jordan's dead body. It looks like he's been shot. And we also see his ring is missing. We know John Stewart doesn't have the ring at that point either. So we don't know where the ring is. So that's definitely a mystery being set up. But the huge piece of context that the Chuds are talking about when they talk about, oh, they killed off Hal Jordan. Throughout the episode, they talk about aliens who can perfectly copy human form. And they even specifically say there are 14 different aliens that can perfectly copy a human, and we cannot detect them whatsoever. So, number one, is Hal Jordan actually dead? We don't actually know. They're cutting out huge chunks of context, but not bringing that up. And also, it's a fucking comic book story. People die. But my thoughts on this pilot, I thought was excellent. I also like the fact they just call it pilot. Because, it's obviously the pilot episode, but, Hal Jordan's a pilot. So I like that they call it a pilot. And also, you could argue that, John Stewart's train become the pilot of the ring. I like that. But yeah, this is an excellent start. I hope it maintains this. But if it maintains this quality throughout the rest of the run, I think this could be something really good and something really unique to the DC universe, which has kind of been needing. I feel like we've been focusing a lot on the super family, which I like. I like the super family, but I'd like to focus on other big characters. So I like getting some Green Lantern stuff. I like getting some darker sides to the DCU for sure. And when I say darker, I don't just mean Peacemaker, where they say the F word occasionally. I mean actually like darker side of this universe. I kind of like it. Thoroughly enjoyed this. Highly recommend it. Wow, I think you'd enjoy it. I know you're a huge DC fan, but yeah, this is excellent. But anyways, Bobby already went over our next week for the podcast. I will be live tomorrow doing Chuds and comic books. We will be going over the Chud reaction to the first Lanterns episode, because it is fucking wild. But thank you so much for joining me. Make sure to like and subscribe. Party on and be excellent to each other.